What up? Big Herc916. Positivity, motivation. Happy 4th of July. You know, I always talk about never settle for average. And I want to shout out to the brand for making me an ambassador. You can pick you up a hat. Link is in the description. Represent, patriotic, support. Let's make America what it should be. And it was built on never settling for average. You know, I've been labeled a lot of things. Some bad, some not so bad, some good. But one thing is I've always been upfront, honest, and kept it real. I never pretended to be anything I wasn't. And I never was the type of person to go outside myself to find acceptance. When I was in the pen, I wasn't running around trying to act like I was this tough guy or I was this dude or telling war stories. I never got on here on Fresh Out and told a bunch of stories about things I was doing that I never did. You can check everything I've done. It's all documented. It's all over the internet. Things I did when I was a youngster, documented. You know, I don't have any reason to make up things like a lot of these guys and tell stories to try to make you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I found myself. I found spirituality. I try to share as much of that as I can with you guys. I know those videos don't do as well, but I still put them out there because I know what it takes to make change. And if you don't have a spiritual balance, change is going to elude you. If you're thinking money's going to change you, or buying this car, or dating this girl, or buying this gold chain, getting this grill, is going to change you. It's not going to change you, man. The only thing that's going to change is when you awaken your spirit. When you do reflection, when you come to the realization that you have to humble yourself in order to be elevated, in order to walk into the light. Everything that's going on right now in the news, in social media, it's just a big illusion to get everybody to react, to make it appear as though the sky is falling. People protesting, rioting. You know, if you look at the news, it doesn't report anything positive. If it's not a police shooting, it's not reported. If it's not a black on white type situation, it's not reported. They want everybody to make it seem like, oh, they're gonna take away everybody's rights. Oh my God, oh man, you know, run for the hills. Oh, it's all part of the game, man. And the people who are in control both have the same agenda. What they call it, the liberal world order. You heard him say it. It goes both ways. Do your homework, man. Look at the bloodlines of all the presidents. Look at the bloodlines and how they're related to the Queen of England and the royalty in Denmark. These people are all one of the same. Did you ever watch Captain America? And how he's defending America and he's doing all this stuff. And then he finds out that people within his own organization are tied into like the old Nazis. They're tied into this world domination, but they're making it appear though as though they're representing liberty. And then people, you know, they think that they know what democracy is. And to be honest, you know, this country was based on a republic. A republic is based on sovereignty. Sovereignty is based on substance. Substance is based on having a gold standard, having rights, having values. See, when there's no value, you can create whatever type of illusion you want to create. You can make things up, you can print money, you can change laws, because there's no substance, there's no value there. And a lot of you haven't studied. All you do is watch social media for all your information. You haven't read anything that relates back to the core values, the Bible, the Gnostic gospel, the Quran, whatever other religious books out there. I mean, you haven't read anything to give you at least a ground foundation. You don't have to verbatim, because see, things are written esoterically. They're not to be taken literally. It's esoteric messages, but those messages have value. See, the next thing they're going to do is tell you it's going to be a alien invasion, UFOs. Go in the house. Go in the house. Oh, lock your doors. They're coming. It's nonstop, man. It's ruled through chaos. Ruled through fear. I tell you this because it's the same shit they used to do in the pen. I told you the story before about this warden that came to Sheridan FCI. Sheridan FCI was a place where you can get your mind right, you can rehabilitate. It was positive. It wasn't a lot of racial stuff there. People, you know, sat together. It wasn't as segregated. You know, there were cliques in there, but it wasn't as political. They would have concerts on the yard. They had you know, persons come from the street to perform. They had, you know, they would have where you almost felt like you were maybe at the Greek amphitheater listening to music, and, you know, they had weights and they had powerlifting contests, and they had these different, almost like not X Games, but the fit games, you know, type thing going on there. And it was a place that you were doing time, but it looked more like a college campus. They actually had wood in the sails as far as the tables. They weren't all carved up with shanks. You know, people weren't really getting shanked there. They brought this warden in, a black guy. Charlie D. Came from Florence, or actually, I want to say Marion. And when he seen that, and there wasn't that much barbed wire, and how everybody was, you know, in good spirits, and they actually had, you know, eggs and sausage and stuff like 3 or 4 days a week, and the meals were decent. Man, the first thing he did was take out the egg meals through the week. You only had eggs maybe one day if you were lucky. He started feeding everybody grits and honey buns. See, because your nutrition, your sugar, that's the first thing that attacks your ability to rationalize. And that's, like I said, your last stance in prison for having any type of comfort. So he attacked the food. After he attacked the food and basically made it to where you couldn't even get a decent meal at breakfast, and you had to literally go to lunch to try to get nutrition and dinner, and even those meals were altered. Then he started shifting around the populace. He wanted to bring in a group of individuals, or an individual that could shake up the yard so that he could justify more barbed wire and taking away the weights. He wanted to take those weights away bad. He didn't want physically strong inmates. He didn't want people to be, you know, working out together. He didn't want any harmony. He wanted straight chaos and misery. So he brought in different people, and he knew it was going to trigger a reaction, because he's done it many times before. This guy's he's a micromanager. He knows how to get people to react, and within not even a month or two, I would say maybe a couple months, riot kicked off, locked it down for a couple weeks, came out, the weights were gone, there was barbed wire everywhere, there were new metal detectors, all kind of stuff. And then he did one other step even further to invoke fear and power. He made up a rumor that somebody had a gun on the compound, and they locked the compound locked it down, and went unit to unit in ninja outfits, goon outfits, and had their guns on the inmates, and made everybody come out in their boxers, stripped down, and they went in there 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and tore the cells up. Tore them up. I'm talking about destroyed them. Destroyed them, put all your stuff on the ground, all your valuables. Basically like if they kicked in your house and just ransacked your house and then told you, oh, okay, and then made you go in there and see that who has the power. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is the same shit they do on the street, man. Kick in your door, rile you up, and then make you, realize we have the power, and then you fall right in line, and you're living on fear. You're not living off of faith in God. You're not living off of spiritual guidance. You're living off of fear, which the only thing that overcomes fear is your faith in God. But I see it. I talk about it. I share it with you guys. None of these other guys are really going to say anything about it because they don't know, or they've already been bought, paid for, and they're rolling with the punches because they figure like when it's all said and done, they're going to be entertaining these cabal, elite, whoever you want to call them, these people who think they're running the world, and everybody else is going to be spiritually broken or mentally enslaved. See, I get people all the time asking me, Herc, where are you? Are you consider yourself conservative? Are you a Republican? Did this and that? Are you down with white supremacy? Oh man, are you against black people? Look, man, I'm more conscious than all you dumbasses. I know what's going on. I'm not stupid. You think I think that these people actually care unless you're up in there at their table helping them, push their agenda, that they have any type of feelings for these people who are the masses? They never did. It's no different than back in the day when they used to party in the castle, and then when they felt like the people who were farming, the fiefdom was getting too strong, they would go out there and just start, who's the strong man out here, who's the leaders, and they would get rid of them. It's no different, man. It's the same shit. It's just different technology. Instead of the castle, it's other facilities where they have these private meetings, these summits and all this stuff, and they talk about reducing the population. I know the game, man. You know how they hit us upside the head? Big Herc916 and Fresh Out? Yeah, they said I was non-woke far right. Non-woke far right, man. Dude, I've been in every lockup facility from youth to gladiator school to the federal pen. I did adult movies, I sold drugs, and I committed a robbery. But I'm non-woke far right. Just because I say that you shouldn't run around here acting like a fool, because I've got some sense. I had time to stand up for my responsibilities and not play the victim mentality. I realized that the things my grandmother gave me, the values my grandfather, my mom gave me, being around military people, that I wasn't that person that I had become. I had lost my way. So I come back to my spiritual roots, and I realize that right now is really when I have to be strong in my beliefs, in my faith, and I see the people coming out of this, and there being a rebirth. See, out of chaos, you have peace. And these people who are pushing all this craziness, who want everybody black, white to fight, defund the police, Roe versus Wade, all the craziness, at the end, you're going to see the truth. And the real war right now is spiritual. Find your spiritual balance, man. Find your base. Tap into that. If you're Christian, if you're Muslim, if you're Buddhist, if you practice Hinduism, find that, and really start praying, start meditating, and you'll find your strength. Because they want us all weak, they want us all divided. Like I told you in prison, they're going to attack the food, just like how they tried to have the food lines when they were making everybody stay in the house to try to deal with you know what. They try to starve you out. See, through food, they think, oh man, we can make you submit, tap out. If we destroy your workplaces, you tap out because you can only work for us. If we go after the kids and weaken them up, demasculinize the population, we can make them tap out because we'll have a bunch of weaklings. Look at the big picture, man. This is a spiritual battle. It's not about right, left, not about, oh man, he's woke, he's not woke. If you don't see the big picture, then you're not woke anyways. And people who claim they're woke ain't shit. I'm giving it to you 100, man. I had to go into the pits of hell, the depths of the demons, to figure all this out and to see it for what it is. But the truth, that's what set me free. That's what's allowed me to maneuver to where I am today and to become visionary with Fresh Out and Big Herc916, sharing messages with you guys. A lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people said, oh, Big Herc, you're a sellout, you're a coon. Why'd you marry a white woman if you down for this? That ain't got nothing to do with it. See, that's where you guys are fooled too. You think it's all based on skin color. This is a class thing, man. It's about classes right now. And they're trying to reestablish themselves as the top dogs. Happy July 4th, man. Protect your family, be safe. I love y'all who support me. And regardless, I'm gonna keep it 100. Big Herc916. Links in the description for the hats. This video is brought to you by Amato Enterprise, the best in TV mounting in the Phoenix, Arizona area. They build TV walls, over the fireplace, ceiling mounts, all for as low as $100. Rated #1 in the Phoenix, Arizona area on thumbtack.com. For your TV mounting needs in Arizona, contact Amato Enterprise. Don't forget to stop by the Big Herc916 store and pick up a sticker for your car, or a patch, or a sticker for your laptop, or maybe a beanie, or read one of the many books that Big Herc916 has authored. You know how we do it.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.